is it okay to break a host as a Eucharistic minister if you go somewhere? Ideally, we should only break it if there is a necessity. And what I mean by necessity is the person we're giving the host to can't take the whole thing. They might get choked on it or something like that. Should we break it because there's family members present and it would be nice to give them communion too? I would be less inclined for that. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but what I'm saying is we should try not to break the hosts, and the reason we should try not to break them is when we break them, little fragments are breaking off. And depending on how we break it and where we break it, those may be falling to the ground, or they may be falling on a table, or they may be, it's kind of difficult. If someone is like in a hospital setting, or they can only take the smallest piece, breaking it would be necessary for the good of the person. But to do it just because there's other people, I would be less inclined, because they should get their butts to church. Mm-hmm. Well, depending on the circumstances, it could be consumed, or you could soak it in water and bury it, or you could bring it back to the church. And if you know that you're going to visit someone who needs a small piece of the host, you could tell us ahead of time, and we could actually have it already broken for you so that you don't have to. If you know that you're going to visit someone regularly who's in need of a smaller piece, like a half of a host or a fourth of a host, all you have to do is tell like Brother Raymond, myself, Father Ken, whoever, ahead of time, and we'll actually give you that smaller piece as opposed to the whole one. We have like little fragments all over the place, in the tabernacle, of course. So yeah, that's an easy one.
Now, at one time I was a Eucharistic minister, and I would see, let's say, 20 people coming at me, and I only had 10 hosts.
Mm-hmm.
I would break it. Nobody ever told me I couldn't, and I'd break it in half. Or should I have just somehow let another Eucharistic minister know that I'm running low, or what should I have done?
Breaking it is always a last resort, especially if there's other Eucharistic ministers that might have hosts. My suggestion would be, and we're going to be doing a training for Eucharistic ministers, and we'll be talking about all of this stuff. If that happens, tell the person to wait, go to another Eucharistic minister, get some hosts, and then go back and continue. If you noticed, I've done that before. When I put them on the little paten and I don't have enough, there's too many people, then I run out. I'll literally go to the other person, grab a few, put it on, and then continue where I left off. So